Hey guys, so today I am going to be the last person on this entire platform to do this assumptions video. This was a tag, I think, that went around YouTube quite a few months ago. And when I asked you guys for video suggestions, a lot of you wanted me to film this. I was slightly nervous to ask you guys to just give me assumptions because I feel like more often than not, assumptions tend to lean kind of negative, but I glanced through some of the assumptions you guys made, and honestly, you guys were pretty nice. I mean, there were a few kind of savage ones thrown in there. I think this will be a fun way for you guys to get to know me a little bit better, and since I'm on this new kind of swing with my channel, I figured this would be a good video to just dive into all the deets. There are some juicy assumptions in here that I will either confirm or debunk for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into some of the juicy assumptions. The very first assumption someone submitted was, you're the mom friend. You make sure your friends drink water on a night out. Yes, depending on my group of friends, but with my best childhood friends, the ones I grew up with, yeah, I am the mom friend. I'm sure that has something to do with the fact that I'm also the oldest one of my childhood girlfriends, so innately I feel like that maternal figure, or like I have to, I have to be a little bit more put together, like let the kids have fun, let the mom do her job. But yeah, I am the mom friend. You're a control freak. Yeah, this is true too. I do like to have control over as many things as I possibly can. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it has definitely created issues in terms of me putting a lot more on my plate than sometimes I can even manage. Like I sometimes try to do too much because I feel like the way I know things will be done right is if I just kind of do them myself. That's not always the best mentality to have, but my dad has that mentality too, and he definitely passed that down to me. Whether that's good or bad, I'm gonna blame it on my dad. That you're not originally from LA. This is true. I'm not originally from LA. I moved here about 5 years ago. You don't know how to speak Gujarati or Hindi. That is false. I do speak Gujarati. Actually, Gujarati was my first language that I learned when I was growing up. My parents only spoke to me in Gujarati, and at the time I had my grandparents living with me as well, and they also knew how to speak Gujarati primarily. So I didn't even learn English until I was already speaking, and I spoke fully in Gujarati, and to this day I do speak Gujarati. You have never seen a single Bollywood movie in your life. That is false. Although I will be completely candid and honest, I am not a big Bollywood person, but I have seen some of the classics like Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. Those are the two off the top of my head that I feel like are complete classics, and I have seen them, and I've seen them multiple times. Assuming you spent less than $1,000 in makeup this year of 2020. That is also true. I really haven't spent hardly any money on makeup this year. I can't even remember the last makeup product I purchased. During the recent Sephora sale, the sale that I normally go crazy for makeup over, I only restocked on my skincare items. I just restocked on some of my Drunk Elephant skincare items, and that was all I bought. I didn't buy any makeup. So yeah, that is definitely true. Oh, we're getting juicy here. You have never smoked MJ. That is true. I have actually never smoked marijuana. Am I allowed to say that word on YouTube? I don't even know. But yeah, I've never done any type of drug. That's just not my scene. I don't judge anybody that does it, and I mean, weed is legal in California, so I'm not here to judge, it's just not my thing. Ooh, you hate that people keep bringing up your weight/body. I would be annoyed, to be honest. I don't hate it because it doesn't come across as offensive, but it definitely can get to be a lot. When that is all that people comment, and when that is your entire comment section is just regarding your weight, yeah, it can get a lot. It can get kind of overwhelming. You're really a mermaid. I'm just gonna pop up a picture here, and You tell me. That your parents were trying to name you Ashanti, but misspelled it. Honestly, if my dad was the one that filled out the birth certificate, there is a very high probability that my name is spelled as such because he misspelled it. Love my dad, but sometimes a little spacey in the brain. Speaking of which, you are very close with your brother and dad and tell them everything. I am very close to my brother and dad. I wouldn't say I tell them everything. I tell my brother pretty much everything. Some things I don't tell my dad, but that's very few things. Like very few things, just because, I mean, he's still my dad, you know, he still has that like parental figure, and there are some things that I just, you know, but my brother knows pretty much everything. You were super popular in high school. This is false. This is super false. I was absolutely not a popular person. I had my small group of close friends, and that was that. I mean, nobody went out of their way to be friends with me. That's just a fact. But I definitely didn't mind it. I mean, I never tried to be a popular person, but no. Definitely wasn't popular in high school. You eat really clean, aka you get all those veggies in daily. Kind of random. No. I wish I could say that I did, but no. There are a lot of days that I go without eating a single vegetable, and I mean, that's just the truth of the matter. I try to eat as clean as possible, but there are definitely things in my pantry that are not clean. You struggled with identity, body image issues. If we're talking about growing up, absolutely not. I've never had body image issues. I never had identity issues. To this day, I've never had either one of those issues. Growing up, I was super confident in myself. And I think that probably has a lot to do with why I feel comfortable talking to a camera and uploading myself on the internet, because inevitably this does leave you open for a lot of criticism. And if I already had like confidence and body image issues and stuff, this would have wrecked me. You were shy or quiet growing up? Definitely not. I have always been very bubbly, very outgoing, pretty much since day one. All of my friends can attest to that. I was always the loudest person, and still to this day, I'm still the loudest person. So no. Ooh, okay, here we go. This is kind of spicy. You're only attracted to white guys and you aren't connected to your culture. I wouldn't say only, but I definitely do gravitate towards white guys. It's just the fact of the matter. It's the type of guy that is just my type. But with that being said, I have dated other races for sure. In terms of me not being connected to my culture, this is, I guess, a hard one for me to answer. I would say no. I would say that I am still connected to my culture. Growing up, I had a very strong Indian cultural influence. I grew up with my grandparents who were very in tune with Indian culture. I grew up going to Diwali parties and Garba celebrations. I had tons of Indian clothes that I would put to good use because I was going to a lot of Indian events. I also don't go out of my way to watch new Bollywood releases or anything, but also I do love the Indian culture. I mean, my entire makeup brand is called Rani Cosmetics and is heavily Indian culture inspired. Assuming you are 5'8" in height, that is untrue. I am 5'2". I'm pretty short. You listen to underrated, awesome music. I wish. No. I listen to basically whatever's on the radio, the popular music, the music that's overplayed. I wish I could say I knew of some really cool like underground bands, underground music, but it's just not my thing. You love dogs. Doesn't everybody love dogs? Yeah, I love dogs. You're thinking about decluttering your massive makeup collection. Yes. I actually have been decluttering my massive makeup collection. So, yup. You do a running commentary when doing your makeup even though you're not filming. Actually, no. I know a lot of people that do this, but when I do my makeup, if I'm not in front of the camera, I normally either have a podcast playing or other YouTube videos playing in the background. So I'm just kind of in tune with that. I don't really have a commentary of my own like makeup doing in my head, which I guess is kind of interesting. You live to please others. You set very high expectations for yourself, sometimes unrealistic. I wouldn't say I live to please others by any means, because if that was the case, I would probably be like a doctor or an engineer because I'm brown. But I do set very high expectations for myself. Definitely. Sometimes they are unrealistic, but ultimately for me, it's not always about actually completely achieving the goal that I set, but it's more so the steps taken to try to get there, if that makes sense. You know, it's like that saying, what do people say? Like, shoot for the moon, because if you don't succeed, you'll land in the stars or something like that. Okay, I think this is a good one to end on. You are a loyal friend, and your friends equal your family, and your family is everything. Absolutely. Yes, my friends, I mean, I regard them basically as my family for sure. I'm not super close to a lot of my extended family, so because of that, the close family that I do have, I mean, they're everything. The older I get, the more I realize that there is nobody that will be there for you as hard and as strong as your family. So yeah, family is absolutely everything to me. Okay guys, so those are all of the assumptions I'm going to dive into in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and got to know me a little bit better. Please don't forget to thumbs up this video if you did. It's a really quick thing that you could do to help my channel out. If you liked this video and you like my content or my personality, or I don't know, the fact that I'm a mermaid, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Also hit the notification bell if you guys want to be notified every time I upload a new video, and I will talk to you in my next video very soon. I'll see you then. Bye.